In the bustling medieval town square, you quietly slide through the vibrant crowd. Your eyes are sharp, always scanning for opportunity and danger alike. The cacophony of haggling voices fills the air, mixing with the rich scent of distant spices and freshly baked goods. Here, everything is in motion, a dance between potential profit and looming loss. Each transaction teeters on uncertainty as you navigate your day with practiced care. Yet, beneath this lively marketplace lies a labyrinth of challenges. Every step brings the risk of theft. Every negotiation demands careful balance. You must be ever vigilant, moving quickly to avoid the pitfalls hidden among the many possibilities. With hands and heart steady, you venture into the unknown each day, knowing full well that one miscalculation can turn fortune into failure. Imagine the maze-like streets of a lively medieval town square where every corner teems with life. You stand at the heart of this thriving vortex, well versed in its intricate rhythms. The air buzzes with a cacophony of sounds, from the boisterous haggling over prices to the rhythmic clopping of horse hooves, all underpinned by the tantalizing aromas of exotic spices and sizzling meats on offer. Here, you thrive, whipping through crowds with a well-practiced dance of dodges and nods, visible confidence mixed with sharp vigilance. Each step could bring profit or peril, a gamble made habitual by unwavering resolve. A typical day begins before dawn, when few cobblestones echo steps of others. This quiet time allows for assessment of the day's inventories, calculating what must be moved quickly to avoid spoilage. A visit to the port introduces challenges of its own, where crews unload goods from distant lands. These docks represent international conduits, a bridge to far-off marketplaces that promise rare indulgences. The scent of the sea mingles with the wholesomeness of barrels brimming with salted fish or pungent cheeses bound for markets. Dockworkers shout in a chorus, shifting crates and easing goods onto carts for their inland journeys. Each item bears potential profit if timed and moved correctly. The foreign markets present a collage of color and clamor that captivates your senses. Goods from all corners of the world overflow from stalls, every piece with a story inviting the curious. Silks of elusive texture drape beside jewelry that catches the sun with bold flashes. Aware of the allure these items hold for the more affluent citizens, you carefully assess every object for quality and uniqueness. Here, language barriers melt under the universal language of trade, yet each transaction holds the subtle challenge of shrewd negotiation. As lunchtime arrives, the square becomes almost impossibly dense with townsfolk, rural visitors, traveling traders, and the occasional pickpocket eyeing anything unguarded. In the uproar, you recognize the thief's intent, staying aware without appearing guarded. Like a fox in a henhouse, appearances can be deceiving. Crafty bandits don't wear disguises. Instead, they blend in, watching for predictable routines, vulnerable to disruption. The stakes are high, and vigilance is your indispensable ally. Bargaining sessions can escalate into a fierce contest of wills. You must strike a delicate balance. Push too hard, and a customer might retreat, stung and wary. Yield too much, and profit shrinks to a thin margin. A particularly heated moment might involve a disputed price for linen bolts. Both buyer and seller assert claims with fervor, testing patience and conviction. Yet it's an art, this barter of words, each entwined with gestures and expressions. The punchline often falls to a well-crafted comment designed to tip the scales, allowing both parties to step away, faces marked with grudging respect. The roads reveal a different set of demands. Stretching outward, they connect trading hubs, but remain unpredictable allies. To cross them is to seek fortune, with hazards in tow. Weather dictates speed and safety, paving paths with mud or ice that slow travel to a crawl. Caravans move in convoys for protection, a solidarity forged by necessity. Your knowledge of geography becomes a treasured secret. Routes demand caution, as shortcuts could be riddled with ambush points. Corrupt officials present a challenge as formidable as the roads themselves. You learn early to navigate their layered bureaucracy, a game demanding skill, or else you remain entrapped. Thus, relationships built on trust balance precariously with those swayed by necessity. In this web of interactions, the port returns as a central vein of continued intrigue. Ships appearing on the horizon don't guarantee a bountiful haul, for what remains on their decks after storms and losses affects your bottom line. With customs ready to inspect, you walk an agonizing tightrope, cajoling for better terms if delays threaten. Knowledge becomes currency as much as gold. The knowing nod exchanged with customs agents ensures vital goodwill, often tipping the scales toward favorable outcomes. Evening descends as the day's labor winds down. The square empties, leaving behind echoes of its bustling life. You count what's left, planning tomorrow's pursuits as candlelight flickers against the walls of townhouses lining the streets. Satisfaction and apprehension mix as you reflect on the constant cycle of cycles. The mechanisms of trade seem a living entity unto their own, keeping company with human pride and folly alike. And yet, anticipation lingers in your thoughts of future trials bearing both peril and promise. The constant undercurrent of trepidation isn't misplaced. Hidden threats take many forms. Will sudden market dives overturn your earlier profit calculations, leaving your shelves heavy with unsold goods? Class divisions rear their subtle heads, discerning which transactions cross invisible lines. And beyond the immediate, a deeper suspicion lies within veils of church whispers or noble eyes cast over your common rolls of coined riches. Class divisions rear their subtle heads, discerning which transactions cross invisible lines. And beyond the immediate, a deeper suspicion lies within veils of church whispers or noble eyes cast over your common rolls of coined riches. Their scrutiny casts a shadow over your legitimate craft, a reminder of where power seats itself. Record books relegating deeds to risk. As these questions weave through your mind at the close of day, the story's tapestry remains open to interpretation. This world of opportunities and perils offers no rest, only the certainty of the unknown. You venture onward, advancing with the knowledge that fortune may sit just beyond, yet is equally sharp as the knife edge it balances upon. Amidst the vibrant chaos of town squares and the exotic allure of foreign markets lies your complex world. You navigate a labyrinthine existence with unwavering focus on your destination, prosperity. Yet each footfall carries a distinct risk. The mere act of transporting goods becomes a test of vigilance, as theft looms like an ever-present shadow. One poor turn, and your precious wares are gone forever. However, vilifying theft as your sole enemy neglects the real picture. Market volatility makes your reality as precarious as walking a tightrope. Though you embody the hustle and adaptability required to harness fluctuating markets, these abilities can unravel at any moment. External forces, unpredictable weather patterns, crop failures, or even the whims of powerful trading partners have the potential to destabilize even your most astute business plans. Timing, rather than solely skill, plays a critical role in determining fate. Success today doesn't guarantee survival tomorrow. Breaking through these barriers, you encounter another formidable challenge lurking quietly in the societal undercurrents: class. For you, class isn't just an abstract construct, but an everyday obstacle. The nobility and church, towering pillars of medieval society, cast long shadows over your aspirations. With authority sprung from birthright rather than merit, you often find yourself outside the exclusive circles where influence thrives. The church, while central to people's lives, approaches you with wary eyes. The church, while central to people's lives, approaches you with wary eyes. As custodians of morality, clergy often view your pursuit of profit with skepticism. They cast you as a potential trespasser of ethical boundaries. Accusations of usury, charging excessive interest, hang like a storm cloud, threatening reputational ruin and ostracism. You must deftly maneuver this delicate landscape, balancing profit-seeking practices with community standing. It's a tightrope walk, demanding tact, subtlety, and careful calibration at every step. Your interactions with landholding nobility can be equally fraught with tension. You challenge the status quo by accumulating wealth, not through land ownership, but through ingenuity. This fosters resentment among nobles who cling to ancestral privilege. The deep-rooted belief that lineage trumps skill becomes a barrier. It forbids your entry into upper echelons. Despite financial success, you dwell in a realm of reluctant respect, homing in on niches where your contributions remain valued economically, yet underappreciated socially. However meticulously you plan or prosper, suspicions from the church and nobility bar real ascendance. This medieval world favors a rigid system where societal bonds are determined by birth. That expectation weighs heavily on you, pressing into your psyche the impermanence of your station. Each day, you face the reality of an existential tightrope. A single misstep risks reducing the fruits of your labor to bitter lessons in resilience. Yet against this backdrop of extraordinary challenges, ambition flickers. It whispers of possibilities beyond the horizon, mobility and independence unfound within static class boundaries. Ambition, though fraught with peril, holds an undeniable allure. It compels you to question whether the most important gains come not only from trade itself, but from the chance to redefine the limits imposed by unjust social maximalism. Faced repeatedly with the systemic exasperation of immovable barriers and suspect glances, the whispers of ambition become increasingly persuasive. Yearning for independence grows stronger with each reminder of restraint, sparking a fire for transformation ignited by circumstance. Opportunities pique your curiosity. Could an alliance with other ambitious minds break through prohibitive walls? Could venturing into unfamiliar trade routes uncover uncharted promise? Each path, while inviting, presents its own set of hazards, requiring careful negotiation, trust building, and above all, risk management. Instinctively, you adapt to constant change. It becomes as much a matter of survival as of growth. You consult market trends, traverse unfamiliar terrains, and keenly observe competitors. Each action sharpens the skills critical for your endurance. Your courage doesn't reside in uncalculated gambles. It thrives in your firm confidence in evolving across multiple dimensions. Thus, the ambition that begins as mere curiosity grows into a substantial force. It stops functioning as a scattering of second thoughts. It spirals into actionable possibilities, each one wielding its own allure of independence. This ambition becomes a powerful resource, potent, though unpredictable, a double-edged blade that, like the world of commerce itself, offers both reward and risk. Transitioning ahead, ambition's gravitational pull intensifies. Understandably, you yearn for something more lasting, a legacy, perhaps, that transcends immediate commercial gain or societal sanctions. What follows is a decisive chapter. You gravitate toward independent avenues, pathfinding into new terrain with the resilience of one who has weathered storms. For young readers, stepping into your shoes, navigating this volatile era encourages understanding of ambition, manifesting not only in material terms, but as the potential to remake one's world. The narrative's evolution mirrors this twist in your tale, a dynamic exchange between entrenched tradition and transformative ideas, ultimately determining how you carry forward your fate. Aspirations risk unleashing inherent dangers, but they also promise vast horizons. Embarking upon this volatile journey promises many lessons. With one eye fixed keenly inward, you redefine not only your role, but also inherit insight into the art of balancing survival and the aspiration for more. As your story unfolds, and the allure of mobility and independence accompanies ambition's multifaceted nature, new chapters beckon, hints of uncertainty and potential, both familiar and unexplored, await discovery on this voyage into historical currents. Encountering the unpredictable nature of medieval trade, you quickly realize that adaptability is as vital as ambition. Theft lurks around every corner, and letting your guard down for even a moment could leave you penniless. Maintaining a vigilant eye, you navigate through this landscape, your mind always calculating the next move. Just as previous merchants before you faced relentless dangers, so do you, situating your choices at the intersection of opportunity and peril. Amid the rhythmic chaos of market stalls and the incessant haggling, you continually assess prices that could plummet or soar in an instant. This volatility is both thrilling and terrifying. You recognize how swiftly the sentiments of sellers shift, driven by whispers of scarcity or new trades on the horizon. Your decisions are like pieces on a chessboard, each calculated move accounting for potential threats and windfalls. The market becomes your battlefield, constantly testing your knowledge, intuition, and nerve. Beyond the bustling markets, the roads bring a new layer of danger. Caravans often traverse territories rife with bandits, compelling you to strategize routes with near military precision. The silence of night amplifies every sound, keeping you alert and tense. You learn that the best defense lies not just in armed guards, but in appearing unassuming, your wealth as hidden as your intentions. As your journey stretches forward, societal barriers loom. You question your worth and status in a world skewed by birthright. Even with the resources to transcend such limits on paper, true acceptance is rarely granted. You move carefully through this world, performing a delicate dance of politeness and observation. Ambition can elevate you or doom you. Your background shapes how others perceive you, coloring every encounter. Mobility becomes both your curse and your blessing. It allows you to embrace new horizons and opportunities that others only dream of, but demands constant movement steeped in risk. Each destination opens new avenues, yet each also brings its own peculiar challenges. In foreign markets, unfamiliar customs and languages test you. You must build trust quickly or suffer financial loss. In these moments, your charisma becomes your greatest asset. Independence defines your path. You make decisions without the comforting assurance available to more established elites. You thrive on the freedom of your lifestyle, yet every success is accompanied by the gnawing anxiety of potential disaster. The threats feel personal. Every action reflects solely upon you. There is no safety net, only the chance of greater reward if fortune favors your gamble. The stakes are high. The higher your climb, the steeper your fall. Ambition propels you forward, but not without consequence. It drives you to seize opportunities and innovate, yet it also invites envy and suspicion. Competitors and compatriots scrutinize your every move, eager to exploit missteps. Still, ambition pushes you to act boldly where others hesitate, turning pitfalls into challenges you can navigate. Along this difficult path, relationships form, sometimes fleeting, sometimes enduring. The bonds you create become a web of fragile alliances. These connections offer support, insight, and vital aid in unfamiliar territories. In the camaraderie born of hardship and mutual need, you find companionship that transcends superficial divisions. Your journey is like walking a knife's edge, a remarkable equilibrium between chasing prosperity and managing its consequences. You understand how intimately these forces intertwine, shaping your precarious reality. Your story, one among many mercantile aspirations, is not only a fight for commercial success, but also a battle against societal barriers and internal doubt. Each of your moves, whether taken at the glittering height of potential wealth or on the shadowy brink of ruin, lays the groundwork for your evolution. The dangers you face sculpt you into a more discerning traveler, with each encounter layering new wisdom onto your spirit of enterprise. In the ever-shifting landscape of wealth and risk, your story pulses with timeless ambition. You transform personal struggle into a saga of perpetual resilience. At your core lies an unwavering commitment to purpose. You believe in where your journey could lead. The adrenaline of risk sharpens your focus, each sunrise reminding you that fortune waits if only you dare claim it. Ambition serves as both your compass and your catalyst, guiding your relentless pursuit of a destiny forged from the very sinews of possibility and peril. You've journeyed through bustling streets, vibrant markets, and treacherous paths, living the life of a medieval merchant. With nimble steps and sharp wits, you navigate a world of both exhilarating highs and daunting challenges, always balancing ambition with caution. Now that you've glimpsed the intricate tapestry of your existence, you can look ahead to how merchants like you shape their destinies amid the uncertainty of medieval trade. Your story teaches timeless lessons, resilience, adaptability, and the unyielding pursuit of dreams. Let it inspire you to seek your own path in a world filled with possibilities, waiting just beyond the horizon.